You do a double blink, you close your eyes, and jump.
Good morning, Loso. This is Griffin News Volume 8. I'm Rachel DeMott.
And I'm Genesis Pena. Finals are coming up, and I know you guys are studying very hard. Let's take a look at some students who are studying on a whole other level.
It's 9 o'clock. I just started reading my book. How did 3 hours go by and I just started reading?
At first, I didn't really know what it was. I'd heard that the theme was World War II, and like most kids, I grew up watching the History Channel, and I really enjoyed history and World War II, and my mom had done it, and so she was able to tell me what it was like, and it seemed really fun.
When I realized I wanted to join was when my English teacher was explaining what the topic was about, and the topic for this decathlon is World War II.
LaSalle used to be one of the high academic decathlon teams, and their school was expecting big things from us, so kind of a little scared, but eager to go as well.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
I was a pretty good student all the way through elementary. I think in high school, I just didn't really apply myself. You know, I passed my classes, but when I was a senior and I saw that all my friends were going off to four-year schools, then it really clicked that I needed to get it going. So I went to California High School in Whittier, and then college I went to Cypress Community College and then transferred to the University of Southern California. Music, I think, is critical in terms of two parts. One is if you're a listener to music, I think it can inspire you. I think it can prompt creativity. I think it just, is one way that we sort of create our own soundtrack for life and associate experiences with certain songs and certain moments. And then the other side of it is if you are a musician and that you play. And I think particularly for high school students, that's a great creative outlet. And I find that most students who play an instrument also do really well in school academically and socially. In youth, I played a bunch: baseball, basketball, football, soccer. In high school, I played football, soccer, basketball, and golf. And then in college, I played rugby. I think sports are super important because not for what happens in the game. I think 99.9% of youth athletes don't play beyond high school. But I think in terms of what it builds about character, being a team player, developing a skill, learning that you're part of something that's bigger than yourself, I think are some of the important things that sports provide for students. When I first saw LaSalle was open, I thought it was a real long shot, and now that I'm here, each day is so fantastic and awesome. And I think it's really the kids, the students here are the best I've ever worked with.
I'm just going to start off by saying I'm a very opinionated person. This basically means I'm not afraid to speak my mind if I disagree with something. I think it's a pretty well-known fact among all of us that parking is relatively hard to find. That is, of course, unless you have a parking pass. You'd think a parking pass wouldn't really be that hard to get, but unfortunately it is. Since the beginning of the school year, I've been parking all the way by Oak and having to walk all the way down here to LaSalle. If you go to the activities office and ask about a parking pass, they'll put you on a waiting list. They'll then tell you that seniors have priority over juniors and sophomores. What they're not going to tell you is that chances are you're not going to get one. This is because we have a limited number of parking spots, therefore we only have a limited number of parking passes to sell to students. That might seem like it makes sense, but here's the problem. When a student buys a parking pass, that technically means that a parking spot is occupied. So for example, said student doesn't show up to school, that empty parking spot is technically still occupied. Every day, at least 1/4 of this parking lot is completely empty, and the school won't sell any more parking passes because the parking lot is full. So until LaSalle finally decides to sell me a parking pass, this spot right here is mine. I'm staking a claim.
Ceramics is like my way of conversation. I create because my words are easier said when they are bound in an art piece.
An expression, I guess.
This is called Promising Equality, and I push the boundaries of my comfort zone as I strive for realism in this one. It's a sculpture of two hands pinky promising, and I made one hand in black mountain clay and the other in porcelain. At the wrist, the hands melt into each other and the dark and light clay bodies swirl together, creating a balance.
Full form of one of my drawings, and I call it the Moon Man because he's happy and jolly and he looks like a moon. Fun.
This piece is entitled Through a Screen, and it's about how our society is heavily influenced by media.
I definitely do want to pursue ceramics, but also all different types of art.
I've definitely thought seriously about pursuing art in college because I've totally fallen in love with creating and sculpting and just throwing. And I just finished my college applications 2 weeks ago, and I've gotten submitted into 2 art schools so far. I took ceramics freshman year, second semester, because I had to fulfill the arts requirement. Again, sophomore year, and that's when I started really liking it.
Mr. Carthew is just like a great person. I love Mr. Carthew.
That's my baby. That's my baby. I'm so proud of you. All right, say the alphabet backwards.
Z, Y, X, B, C, D, M, L, O, P, Q, R, S, A, B, C, D, E.
What is your preferred brand of toothpaste?
Colgate. That's wrong. Is that wrong?
True or false? The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
That is true.
No, that is false information.
Where's our air?
False.
What is your favorite form of currency?
Yen, pesos, dinero.
Will you fight Michael?
Yeah.
Let's go, big boy. You ready?
And then I was like, hey, Brendan, wanna hop in this selfie? And he's like, yeah.
What's your spirit animal?
I'd say a liger.
How many toes does a centaur have?
Is a what?
A centaur.
You know, half man, half horse.
I'm gonna guess 5. Brute boys, B-R-U-T-E, and boys, B-O-S, money
Can you
sign.
rap for us? Wait, what's he doing?
Alright, come on, baby girl, let's go out of here.
Thanks for watching, Losel. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and add us on Snapchat.
First for your teachers, back to you.